So here's the average marks for the MBA for 470 students. So got this average mark, and the school wants to make decisions, various interventions as to the topics and the subjects that students find difficult, how the schools can help or whatever, and then it wants to examine the marks and then identify clusters to look at strategies. So we got marks for the subjects, average marks, to examine various clusters. So when we talked about cluster analysis, I mentioned to you the hierarchical, the non-hierarchical. The K is the number of clusters. K in cluster analysis is the number of clusters. K means, or the K average, the cluster averages methods. And then we can also use statistical modeling to create clusters. It's a technique called multidimensional scaling, correspondence analysis, V-plot. Multidimensional scaling, correspondence analysis, and V-plot. Biplot is been used in market research mainly, but in scholarship, we tend to use the hierarchical. So there are differences between hierarchical method of clustering and non-hierarchical method of clustering. So hierarchy mentioned to you, it's the algorithm or the software will determine the number of clusters. So we don't tell how many clusters, it will make that decision. And good for small data sets. Because it's going through a number of iterations in hierarchical method of clustering, the processing could be slow, might take several minutes, depending on how many input data are there. When we get a decision outcome from the hierarchical method, that those initial output provides a better indicator rather than we asking it to do further iterations and give us the answer. In the non-hierarchical, we make the decision of number of clusters that we are asking for. Like in the example that I gave, the number of supermarkets that your organization wants to start the operations or to locate, and good for large data sets. If you have large data sets, it's good. It's faster processing because it's not trying to create the scaffolding. Although it goes through several iterations. And we can ask the non-hierarchical method to be reperformed. So could be that the initial decisions have a little influence.